Have you ever noticed that some women in their 80s can stand up from a chair effortlessly, while others begin struggling in their early 60s? It may seem like a small everyday movement, but standing up from a chair is actually one of the clearest signs of how well your muscles, balance, and overall mobility are aging. Many people assume that needing to push with their hands or rocking back and forth before standing is simply a normal part of getting older. But in many cases, it's an early signal that your body is losing strength much faster than it should. The encouraging part is that this process is not entirely determined by age. Daily habits, muscle health, and the way you move every day can make a remarkable difference over time. In this video, you'll discover why standing up becomes difficult for some women, what is happening inside your body, and the simple habits that can help you stay strong, active, and independent for many years. If you enjoy learning simple ways to protect your mobility and maintain your independence, subscribe too. We share new videos every week to help you keep moving with confidence as you age. Let's begin. Why standing up is more important than you think. Standing up from a chair is something most of us do dozens of times every single day. We do it after breakfast. We do it while watching television. We do it after reading a book, talking to a friend, or simply relaxing for a few minutes. Because it's such a common movement, it's easy to assume it's also a simple one. But your body sees it very differently. Every time you stand up, your body performs a remarkable sequence of movements in just a few seconds. Before you even begin to rise, your brain is already sending signals to your muscles, preparing them to work together. As you lean your body slightly forward, the muscles in your thighs and hips begin generating the force needed to lift your body. At the same time, your core muscles help stabilize your spine, while your ankles and feet constantly adjust to keep your balance. All of this happens almost automatically. Most of us never notice it because when our muscles are working well, standing up feels effortless. But once those muscles begin to lose strength and power, something changes. A movement that once took almost no effort may suddenly require you to push with your hands, rock your body forward, or pause for a moment before standing. Many people assume that's simply what getting older looks like. But in reality, your body may be giving you an early warning that some important muscles are no longer working as efficiently as they once did. That's one of the reasons why healthcare professionals often pay close attention to something as simple as standing up from a chair. It can reveal a great deal about your strength, your balance, and your ability to stay independent in everyday life. So, what changes inside your body that makes this movement so much harder for some women than for others? What really changes inside your body? So, what actually changes inside your body that makes standing up so much harder for some women than for others? Surprisingly, it usually doesn't start with your joints. In many cases, the first changes happen inside your muscles. Every time you stand up from a chair, your body has to lift almost your entire body weight against gravity. Unlike walking on a flat surface, standing up requires your muscles to produce a large amount of force in a very short period of time. The muscles doing most of the work are the quadriceps at the front of your thighs, your glutes, and the muscles around your hips. These muscles act like powerful engines, pushing your body upward while keeping your knees and hips stable throughout the movement. But there's another group of muscles working quietly in the background. Your core muscles help stabilize your spine, while the muscles around your ankles constantly make small adjustments to keep you balanced as you rise. When all of these muscles are strong and working together, standing up feels smooth, controlled, and almost effortless. Most people never stop to think about it because the movement happens automatically. However, as the years go by, your muscles naturally begin to change. They gradually lose strength, but more importantly, they begin to lose something called muscle power. Muscle power is your ability to produce force quickly. And when it comes to standing up, speed matters. Your body has only a brief moment to generate enough force to lift you safely before your balance begins to shift. When your muscles can't produce that force as efficiently as they once did, your body looks for other ways to compensate. That's why many people begin pushing with their hands, leaning forward several times, or using momentum just to get out of a chair. These changes often happen gradually, which is why many people don't notice them until everyday movements start feeling much harder than they used to. Why your muscles change with age. So why does this happen? Why can one woman in her 80s stand up with confidence, while another begins struggling years earlier? The answer isn't age alone. It's what happens inside your muscles over time. Beginning in our 30s, we gradually start losing muscle mass. The process is slow at first, so most people don't notice it. But after the age of 50, this loss often becomes more noticeable, especially if we become less physically active. Your muscles aren't designed to stay the same forever. Just like any other part of the body, they adapt to how much we use them. When muscles are challenged regularly through movement and exercise, they stay stronger for longer. But when we spend more time sitting and less time moving, the body begins to adapt in the opposite direction. The muscles become smaller, weaker, and less efficient. There's another important change happening as well. As we get older, we gradually lose some of the fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for producing quick, powerful movements. Exactly the kind of movement you need to stand up from a chair, climb stairs, or catch yourself if you lose your balance. At the same time, the communication between your brain and your muscles also becomes less efficient. The signals still reach your muscles, but they may not arrive as quickly or produce the same response they once did. That's why movements that used to feel automatic can begin to require more effort and more concentration. This doesn't happen overnight. It usually develops little by little until one day you notice you're using your hands to stand up or avoiding low chairs because they're simply harder to get out of. The important thing to remember is that these changes are influenced not only by age but also by your daily habits. And that's exactly where you have the opportunity to make a difference. How to keep standing up with confidence. The ability to stand up from a chair isn't something you either have or lose overnight. It's a reflection of the choices you make every day. The way you move, the way you eat, and how active you remain all influence how well your muscles perform over time. Let's look at a few simple habits that can help keep your legs strong and make everyday movements easier. Stay physically active every day. The first habit is simply to keep moving. Your muscles were designed to work. The more time they spend being used, the more they receive the message that they're still needed. You don't have to spend hours at the gym. Daily walks, climbing stairs when it's safe, gardening, or even standing up more often throughout the day can help keep your muscles active. Small movements repeated consistently are often more valuable than doing nothing all week and exercising only once. Strengthen your legs. The second habit is to include exercises that strengthen your leg muscles. Standing up from a chair is actually one of the best exercises you can practice. Repeating this movement several times in a controlled way helps strengthen your quadriceps, glutes, and core muscles, the same muscles you rely on every time you stand up. Other simple exercises like step-ups or gentle squats performed safely can also help improve strength and stability. The goal isn't to become an athlete. It's to make everyday activities feel easier and safer. Don't forget about protein. Exercise gives your muscles a reason to stay strong. Protein gives them the building blocks they need. As we get older, getting enough protein becomes increasingly important because our muscles don't respond as efficiently as they did when we were younger. Including good sources of protein throughout the day can help support muscle maintenance alongside regular physical activity. Train your balance. Strength is only part of the picture. Balance also plays an important role when standing up. Simple balance exercises performed safely and with support when needed can help improve stability and reduce the risk of falls. Even a few minutes of balance practice several times a week can make everyday movements feel more controlled and more confident. Consistency matters more than perfection. Many people believe they need an intense exercise program to notice a difference. But your muscles respond much better to regular movement than to occasional bursts of activity. Building simple habits you can maintain week after week is often the key to staying strong and independent over the years. Standing up from a chair is something most of us rarely think about, until it starts becoming difficult. As you've seen today, this simple movement depends on healthy muscles, good balance, and staying active over the years. If standing up has become more challenging than it used to be, don't ignore it. Small changes in the way you move can be an early sign that your muscles need more attention. The encouraging part is that regular movement, strength exercises, and healthy daily habits can help you maintain your mobility and make everyday activities easier. Taking care of your muscles today is one of the best investments you can make in your future independence. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Forever Independent. Every week we share practical tips to help you stay strong, active, and independent as you age. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed that getting up from a chair has become more difficult over the years? Or are you already doing something to keep your legs strong? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.